Hello, hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here. And we are fighting for the Dutch East Indies, and we are fighting for Singapore. Unfortunately, the transport convoy that we attacked in the last episode did make it into Singapore. They did put their troops on the ground, which gave them a very, very decisive advantage. And it's going to be quite a while before we get any reinforcements up, and it's only going to be 900, so that's not going to make much of a difference. So what I'm doing is, I didn't want to do this. I really don't like backtracking like this, but I'm going to go pull everything I can out, bring it back down here. We're going to stage out of Palembang. We are going to build up a force of 10 to 15,000 before we go in there again. In the meantime, I'm going to keep a heavy patrol in this area right here. Subs seem to be ineffective. They seem to spot them pretty easy. So we're going to be relying on a lot of planes to make some long-range strikes on these guys here and to cover this area. Hopefully send anything back. So subs and planes are going to be the bulwark against which Japanese forces are going to have to crash. Unfortunately, they've done pretty good at crashing right through it. So that's the first time I've ever seen a supply convoy, or any other convoy for that matter, take damage such as they did and then just keep going. So I think once we put troops on Singapore, they decided that we got to kind of step up our game. So step up their game they did, and we're going to have to adjust to that. I still have full confidence that this is going to end in our favor. It just might take a little bit. Right, for our first operation of the day, we have a full one-ship convoy. Launch the 139s. We're here, close proximity to Air 1, so I'm going to put some Swordfish up here. We'll do 10. What do they have? They have bombs too, right? Yeah. Bombs and depth charges. We'll go with the torpedoes. Just hopefully. Yeah, we can get them in right. They are going for our carrier, though, so don't want to let them do that. Get them in there, and then we'll launch our attack. I've never had a large quantity of Swordfish like this. It could be a pretty interesting little engagement if our bombers don't take care of them first. I'm going to hit them with the bombers first, and then move the Swordfish in. Alright, our first two planes are moving in on the attack here. Had a bit of a technical mishap here with the first group, so I'm going to go with the second group I've got. Going to make the run on the destroyer. Not even sure if I'm going to bring my Swordfish into play in this. If I don't have to, I won't take the risk. Game's been giving me a bit of problems today. Had some technical issues with the game freezing up and whatnot, so a little frustrated, to be honest with you. Had a situation where the game decided it was going to position my ships too close together, and I couldn't even load into the tactical map here. So I had a bunch recorded, been playing for about an hour and a half, had about half hour recorded, and had to scrap it all. So here we are. Might be a light week on War on the Sea and everything else, but I guess it is what it is. Second wave coming in. Was a good first hit there. Meanwhile, our Swordfish are leaving. Well, this guy's in a pretty good position to attack here. You get him in. Just give him the order to attack before we move any of our other planes in. See how we did with these bombs. Got another hit. Might just be a matter of sending one group of Swordfish in. Although these guys are lined up real nice. And then they're shooting at our Swordfish. Why I'm not overly keen on using my Swordfish against a single destroyer, but I wanted to get them in on the action. The way the the destroyers maneuvering might make it kind of hard for them to hit, and they did drop. Let's grab them and get them out. Hopefully we can get them out. Looks like they only one of them dropped. So we'll see what happens here. Meanwhile, these guys went way out of position. All three of them dropped. We're good. Drop. And all three of them missed. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Destroyer's taking a beating. Whoop. And meanwhile, these guys are... There we go. That should be enough to destroy to take this guy out. Critical and critical. We still got one more group of 139s to go in. Get them back over there as quickly as possible. I honestly don't think any of these other planes are going to be needed, but we'll get them in on the attack nonetheless, because why not, right? Why not? Alright, here we are back at Singapore. I've loaded up our transport convoy. Managed to get all of the troops off of Singapore. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to eat these supplies. So they're on their way back down to Palembang. We're going to build up our forces here. Probably reinforce this base as much as I can. And I need air cover in this area. I need to be able to get air cover up here, which from down here can't. There's no way I can get any type of air cover up to that up to this to provide protection from whatever they happen to bring from here. And I think that's probably going to be carriers pretty soon. So we've managed to rearm our cruiser group, or the Warspite and the Houston at least, from their bombardment. They're going to patrol down through here, try and catch anything coming through. Salmon's rearmed also. She's going to be patrolling. I'm going to reset this to keep her probably north in this area right here. The last thing I really want to deal with is them putting troops on Palembang and having to retake that. Our air group is down here. They're in range to provide some form. Well, maybe not. So I'm going to have to move them a little closer to get the Swordfish up there. But that is where we stand right now going forward. We do have 16 command points. Nothing to bring up except for engineering and fuel. And we've got transport convoy here. The Flandria and the Chama coming down, so we can load those guys up and get them moving up to the front. Our bases, they're not really doing too bad here. They've got what they need to replenish their air groups, with the exception of Tiljap. I could split one of these, like the ball rot. I could split the ball rot off to drop off the supplies there. But honestly, I'm not worried about Tiljap right now. We're doing okay on Batavia in terms of supplies. But we could probably bring them down here. Drop off the supplies on Ballarat, and bring the rest up here. That should give us enough to bump it up to maybe a level 1 airfield, maybe a level 2. I guess we'll find out when they get up there in about 6 months. Cruiser Group 2 joins the fray here. Got our weekly command points, so I spent them. Cruiser Group 2 can take some very few troops, very few supplies. Oh, they're on their way up. They're all fast, so they should get there in a decent time and get them up in the area. Transport convoys are kind of moving in to collect in one individual spot so they can grab the rest of the provisions here on Darwin. And then they're going to head up. Other than that, it's been kind of quiet. We got our transport convoy out without them getting attacked by air, so that makes me kind of happy. Once again, the Java Sea has become a hotbed of Japanese destroyer activity, as we have one moving in. Got enough air power to deal with them. We can get some decent hits. We're gonna strike this Akazuki class destroyer. We've got 2 groups of 4, 139s, a group of 4, and a group of 2 Hudsons. So let's put this guy down here. Really kind of struggling to get enough content to make a whole episode here. But it is what it is, so Alright, our next group is flying in the wrong direction. And then our Hudsons. Hudsons are moving in too. There we go. Those were some good hits. The 15 knots. He hasn't started maneuvering yet. Our sub's in the area too, so these planes don't do it. The sub more than likely will. Eh. There we go. Suffers a magazine explosion. Probably won't even have to attack with these guys, but we're going to do it anyway. Just because they're here. Okay, maybe not. There we go. One more destroyer down. Didn't even have to waste any torpedoes. That was up in this area here, as you can see. Oh, Hudson's, you can return to base too. Whoops. There you go. Alright, that's the extent of the activity so far. 141 days into this campaign, June 22nd, 1942. Other Japanese supply convoy moving in towards Singapore. We've got the Sturgeon in the area here. They haven't seen me yet, but that doesn't mean they're not going to right off the bat. That's a fuel transport. We're going to target number 5 here. Only got 4 torpedoes left, so might as well use them all. Number 5 being Merchant Imagawa Maru. Alright, Sturgeon's going to maneuver into position and hopefully make a fairly good torpedo strike on this guy. At least we can hope that they don't see us, which seems to be pretty easy for them to do. I mean, there we are right there. So we'll get into position. If they don't see us, we'll launch our torpedoes and hopefully take one merchant out. Guess we could launch our Swordfish on them too. What they're there for, right? Heck. Just don't want them coming down to Palembang. Gotta hand it to the Japanese. That is an impressive feat of seamanship right there. Still going. Chugging away. Awash up to the main deck. No worries. You'll live. You're fine. Love it. Gotta love it. Wonder if any of these guys are actually armed. Yeah, he is. No, we won't be doing any, deck gun bombardment here. That's ridiculous. Just sink already, would you? At least they gave up and scuttled the ship now. Come on. Alright, well, moving on here with the campaign. That was up here. Wonder if the Swordfish can reach up there. 305 miles. Let's see what their range is. They cannot. Alright, I'm going to have to move Air 1 a little closer here. Out like that. That sounds good. So, not much hope for intercepting the rest of them here. We still got our supplies and our fuels. Somehow we dropped fuel there. I don't remember doing it, but there it is. Sturgeon is out of torpedoes on her front tube, so she's going to have to come back and rearm. We've got Porpoise, which is going to head down and rearm too. There we go. We got another one, another supply convoy moving in on Singapore from the Japanese. Skipjack is in the area. She's targeting the Aratama Maru, second ship in line. There is one destroyer in the group here. Or a destroyer-esque, or actually there's two. So, they haven't spotted me yet, which makes me kind of happy. We're going to take the Aratama Maru, put 4 torpedoes into this guy, then hope for a good strike here. I got her down a little deep. Sea state right now is 50% visibility. So he's looking pretty good to strike. They haven't started maneuvering, so I don't think they've seen us. To be honest, that was getting kind of annoying because I had maybe 4 engagements with surface groups where I loaded in and they just immediately started dodging. So it is what it is. It's part of the game. Gonna have to deal with it. It's just at this point in the campaign, 91 episodes in, it can be kind of frustrating. So let's do this. All right. That scope up for a quick second, trying and improve our solution. Really hope they don't spot me here. Like 63 is about the best we're gonna get, so. Right, scope down. down to 120 feet. Start moving. Turn out. Well, unfortunately, they saw my torpedoes when they came and started shooting at me, or dodging, so those missed. Skipjack is making her way out. Got the little destroyer escorts that are kind of looking for us out here. I don't think we're going to get any incidental attacks. We can just leave. Or incidental strikes. Maybe we will. Let it speed along here. I don't think... This guy may... Yeah, he's turning away. Yeah, this was a whiff. Good way to end the episode. Alright, well. Skipjack. Going to go. Alright, so I am out of time here. And I do apologize for all the complaining I've been doing about the way things have been going. It's been a frustrating morning for me. So we walked back our invasion. We did make one successful strike with our sub. Couple of strikes from the air. Other than that, we are plugging away at the campaign. Not going to give up. Still enjoy the game, so just at times my frustration comes through. Anyway, if you like the episode, hit the like button. If you have any tips or advice, leave those in the comment section down below. Want to follow along, hit the subscribe. Wouldn't mind having you with us. And we will see you for the continuation of our Defense of the Dutch East Indies on War on the Sea. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching. And have yourself a very good day.